Okay, there should be a couple other people who will be joining, but let me start by saying Baruch haba, welcome everyone. Can everyone hear me? Thumbs up? Thumbs up, thank you. So I'd like to first thank our speaker, our guest speaker, Moreno Harav Rabbi Moshe Bamberger. He was my Rebbe in Beis Medrash the Talmud. He is also the author, a prolific author in the Great Jewish Series, if you have seen them. I'd like to also thank all the Menahalim and all the Rebbeim that welcomed in Mishnah Biyadi into their school with welcome arms and let it integrate with their school and enrich their students. I'd like to also thank the students, all the students that participated in the program, especially all the students here. I'd like to also thank our supporters who graciously helped us and the program throughout the year. And I would like to take a second and mention them by name. For Maseches Yuma, it was sponsored by Mrs. Rose Greenman in memory of Chaya Tzipora Bas Rav Chaim, Ben Yomen Ben Shmuel, Rav Shmuel Ben Harav Hillel. For Maseches Kiddushin, it was Iloi Nishmas Harav Yitzchak Ben Harav Shlomo Alav Hashem Azugwe. And Maseches Yadayim is in memory of Shendel Yedidia Bas Esther. And for the national round, and for Maseches Bikurim, it was Iloi Nishmas David Ben Meir. Just a quick overview of what Mishnah Biyadi is for everyone who is watching on the live stream, all the parents and friends out there. A little over a year ago, there was an idea to mischazik Mishnayos learning in schools across North America, and schools would participate, and students will learn extra Mishnayos outside of school, and they will take the chinas, and the students that you see before you are the top students that placed it, that were the top placed students in their respective schools. And now they were invited to participate in this national round. In this national round, there will be questions to test the students' knowledge of the Mishnayos that they learned. And in doing so, we will find out who will be placed first place. The first place winner will be receiving a full set of Art Scroll Shas Mishnayos, a very, very chashuv set. Second place will be receiving a gift card to Z Berman for $300, and third place will be receiving a gift card for Z Berman for $100. But every single student who is on this national round has put in a lot of extra time outside of school to learn more Mishnayos and extra Mishnayos that were not part of homework, that were not part of the regular schoolwork that they had to do. And they did amazing well. Just by being on this national round, being right here, right now, makes them a winner. That is why each student, no matter what you place today, will be receiving this full set of Shas Mishnayos. And I will tell you, this is a very beautiful set. It's the font is very clear. It is a true treasure to gift this to you. And without further ado, I'd like to turn our attention to Rebbe Mori Rav Moshe Bamberger to just a couple words to the students.
Thank you so much to my dear beloved Talmud, Rabbi Purton, for your kind words. Your dedication to Harbatzas HaTorah is so inspiring. I remember, I guess, a year and a half ago when you called me and you told me about this brainchild that you had, and I thought it was an amazing idea, but I didn't see how you would be able to, with such skill, implement it. And now here we are at the national round of Mishnah Biyadi, and to have such an impact on so many Bachrim, Chashuva Bachrim around the country is truly amazing, and I'm shepping amazing, tremendous nachas from you, Rabbi Yisrael. So this is a great day. The national round, to get to this occasion, I'm sure speaks to all of the Talmidim here is Hasmada and Abbas HaTorah. And it's such a beautiful thing to see that Talmidim are not just satisfied with what they're learning in yeshiva, but they want to do more, and they want to chazer, and they want to learn, and they want to gain more and more Mishnayos. And I'll tell you, besides for what Rabbi Purton said about that everyone here is winners, just to have made it to this round, and all of the svarim that you're going to be receiving, Mitzvah Hashem. But I'll tell you the best schar, the best reward for what you've accomplished this far. And that is that Chazal tell us that Divrei Torah aniyim b'makayman va'ashirim b'makam acher, which means that Divrei Torah are poor in one place, but they're wealthy in a different place. What does that mean? What do Chazal mean when they say this? If you're learning one Gemara, let's say it's your first Gemara in Elam Etzias, the first Mishnah that you learn, the first Amud, so you're taking it in and you're understanding it to the ability that you have to understand it. But let's say you would be able to know many more Mishnayos across the entire spectrum of Shas. Or let's say you'd be able to know many more Gemaras throughout Shas, then every single Gemara that you learn becomes wealthier, because now you're not just focused on the Gemara or the Mishnah in front of you, you're able to see the panorama, the entire view, the bird's eye view of Shas. And as soon as you do that, now it's rich, because now you're going to say, wait a minute, how could the Mishnah here say this if the Mishnah in Yadayim seems to say that? How can the Gemara in Bava Metzia say this if the Gemara in Brachas seems to not agree with that? And really, that's really what Taisus's job is, right? On every blot in Shas, there's Taisus Sen, and Taisus really is adding great wealth to what you're learning. You're learning something locally, but he says, wait a minute, look in this Gemara. And it doesn't seem to match up, and we have to try to understand the difference between this Gemara and that Gemara, and that's what the Rishonim deal with, and that's what the Achrayim on top of the Rishonim deal with. So when a person is focused very locally, it's poor, meaning it's not, you don't really have enough of a basis to really truly get deeper into the Gemara. But once you begin to master, as you did, so many Masechtas and Shas, Mishnayos and Amir Hashem Gemara, now suddenly everything is going to be that much richer. You know, Reb Chaim Kanievsky, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, writes in his title page, the first opening page of his Pirush on Chumash called Taima Dekra. He writes in that title page that the purpose for his sefer is because of this Chazal, Aniyim b'mekayman v'ashim makom acher. What Reb Chaim Kanievsky does in his brilliance and his mastery of Shas and of Kol HaTorah Kula is he takes a pasuk and then he says, but how does that match up with something else? And he brilliantly weaves an entire chiddush based on his unique ability to see things from a broader perspective. There's a Sfas Emes on a pasuk in Parshas Truma speaking about the menorah. It says, "V'asisa menorahs zav tar." You have to make in the Mishkan a menorah of pure gold. Miksha, it has to be banged out from one piece of gold. Tasa menorah, that's how you're supposed to make the menorah. So the Sfas Emes says that the menorah, if we could picture what a menorah in the Mishkan looks like, it has 3 branches on one side, 3 branches on the other side, and they all face towards the middle. So the Sfas Emes says, you know what those 6 branches are? It's Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. You have Shas, and all of the Mesechtas of Shas, all the Starim of Mishnayos and Gemaras are all facing towards the middle. You know what the middle is? Torah Shebechsav. Torah Shebechsav is the Chumash and Navi and Ksuvim, and all of Shas faces towards it. And I wanted to say the reason why the menorah is Zav, it has to be pure gold, is because when you have all of the 6 starim of Shas in your hands, when it's Mishnah Biyadi, then you have wealth. You're the wealthiest person in the world because Divrei Torah are ashirim b'makam acher. If you're able to understand all of Shas and know it and master it and chazer it and own it, then you're the richest person in the world. There's no one richer than you, because now everything that you learn, you're not just looking at it locally like the rest of the world does. You're able to see it in the total broad perspective, and you are now in such an enviable position to really master Kol HaTorah Kula. And really, this is what Mishnah Biyadi, I think, is really gearing you towards. Don't think that this is just the end. This national round is the end. This is just the beginning. This is just something to whet your appetite so that you could take it to the next level and know many, many more Mishnayos and many more Sidrei Shas. And then in Mitzvah Hashem to master Shas itself, Gemara, all of the many, many thousands of Dafim and Shas. If you're able to take this amazing program of Mishnah Biyadi and never stop, just keep on going, then I'm looking not at people that are merely about to contest a local, for these several Mishnayos that you're amazingly mastering, but I'm looking at future of Chaim Kanievsky's. You're all people that are amazingly gifted to have learned it to begin with, to chazer, to be able to be tested on it. Your parents must be shepping tremendous nachas, your grandparents, and Klal Yisrael are shepping tremendous nachas, because it shows how you are the future of Klal Yisrael. You are going to go so far, la'ela la'ela, you're going to be not just aniyim b'mekayman, but ashir b'makam acher. Mitzvah Hashem, you should all be very, very matzliach, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my words.
Thank you very much, Rebbe, for those amazing words. If you can stay on if you like, or you can switch to the live stream. Do you have the link, or should I send it to you?
If you could send it to me, that would be great.
Okay. I included the live stream in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, Rebbe.
You too. Be well. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, welcome everyone. This is amazing. I'm very nervous, but I'm also very, very excited. Together we learned, all 100 plus students across 7 schools in 5 different states, Mishnayos, totaling a total of 18,000 Mishnayos. Before we start, I want to quickly run through a couple of how this is going to work. The first 5 rounds are going to be in spelling bee fashion. Actually, let me first share the screen. Can everybody see the screen? Thumbs up, everyone sees it? Okay. Okay. Make sure this works. Hold on. Okay, everyone hears me? Fine. I just want to make this full screen. Okay. I'm back. Okay, great. Okay. As you all have right now, your microphones are muted until it's your turn. As you see on the right side of the page, you'll your names are already randomized, and also the questions are randomized. So every question that you get will all be random. There's no trick questions. If you give a wrong answer or you cannot answer in the allotted time, you will then receive a strike. As you see, you all have 3 chances. Once you lose all 3 strikes, once you get 3 strikes, you will be eliminated. You can still stay on the Zoom meet till the very, you should still stay on the Zoom meet till the very end for announcements. You answer out of turn, you will get a strike. For round 6, as you can see, the Masechta questions, these will be questions which will be addressed to all the participants that make it to this round, and you will need to write in your answers in the chat directly to me. Once an answer has been given, you cannot retract it. So if you decide to give an answer, make sure that it is the correct answer that you want to give. And if you give an answer and I feel that you're saying the correct thing, but you just need to clarify, I will make a judgment call whether I will deem the answer incorrect or I will ask you to clarify your answer. Fine. Now, just to break the ice a bit, we're going to start on round 0, participant introduction. So starting with Gabriel Rosenberg, you will get the first question, starting there. The question is, what is your name?
Gabriel Rosenberg.
Okay, and what school are you in?
RYNJ.
And what was your favorite part of learning Mishnayos?
Knowing that I'm earning extra schar in Olam Haba.
Very, very good answer. And now we have the next contestant. Same type of questions.
My name is Alan Eisenberg. I am in RYNJ, and my favorite part of learning Mishnayos is knowing that I understand the Mishnayos and knowing that I understand the Mishnayos.
Good answer. The timer is going a bit quicker than I anticipated, so just ignore the timer for now. Next one, Yahoo.
My name is Yahoo Yaguri.
What's the Mishnayos?
My favorite part of I go to Tash part of Los Angeles.
Okay, and what is your favorite?
My favorite part in school, learning.
Very good.
Learning Gemara.
Good answer. Mendel. Next.
Mendel Kessler.
But hold on, there seems to be an echo. Hold on, Mendel. Okay, you can go now.
My name is Mendel Kessler. I go to Cheder Chabad, Monsey. My favorite Masechta is Yadayim.
Oh, very nice. Okay, next Issachar. Issachar Vadi. Isaac, are you there? Okay, we're gonna hold off, skip. Hopefully they're having some technical issues that they are working on as we speak. Okay. Next, we're gonna do Yitzhak. Yitz.
I'm Gitz Wechter. I go to RYNJ, and my favorite Masechta is probably Yoma.
Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna refresh the page to see if I'll fix the timer issue. If not, I'm gonna have to remove it. Okay, as you see, the questions were random. Next is Gabriel.
My name is Gabriel Bongar. I am in Cheder Chabad Muncie, and my favorite class is Mishnayos.
Very nice, very nice, that's nice. Okay, next, David or David.
My name is David Sakai, and I go to Tashbar, Los Angeles, and my favorite masechta is Kedushin.
Oh. Kedushin. I'll ask Yosef.
Yosef Weingarten, Cheder Chabad Muncie. Reviewing the stuff I already learned and learning new stuff.
All amazing, amazing answers. Isachar, did you are you able to hear us? Does anyone else from Tashbar know about whether Isachar can hear us or not?
I can hear.
Isachar, you hear? Okay, fine. So just tell us your name, what school you go to, and what is your favorite masechta?
My name is Yisachar Abadi, and I go to Tashbar of Los Angeles, and my favorite masechta was Bikurim.
Bikurim, very nice. Very nice. It's also my favorite as well. Okay, so now we're up to the beginner round. The first round, we start again with Gabriel and then continue down the list. Starting with the first question. I removed the timer because it was glitching. This is a new program that was designed specifically for Mishnah B'Yadi, and I will have a timer next to me just so I can keep track of the time. And okay, let me do that. Great. Starting with question 1. How many days before Yom Kippur is the Kohen Gadol taken from his house?
7.
7, very good. Shivas Yom Kohen Yom Kippurim Mafrishin Kohen Gadol Mibeis Lishkas Pelhedron. Very good. Next with Aaron. A man cannot be in seclusion with 2 women, but Rabbi Shimon says that a man can be in seclusion with 2 women in a specific situation. What is that situation?
One of the women is his wife.
Very good. Very good. Okay, and also remember to mute your microphones after you give an answer. Next with Eliyahu. Who made doors for the Beis HaMikdash and was praised for doing so?
Nicanor.
Very good, very good. Nicanor. Nicanor Nasu Nisim Ladalosa. There was miracles that happened with his doors. I just want to make sure I can see everybody. Okay, good. Okay, hold on. Okay, good. Okay, now I can see everybody. Okay, next with Mendel. Can one wash one's hands by using the bottom of a ladle, as which the Mishnah refers to as Bishuli Hamachas?
No.
Correct. The answer is no. Very good. Very well done. Question 5 for Yisachar. How many kalim does the Kohen Gadol wear?
5.
I'm sorry. The answer is 8. The Kohen Gadol is Mishamish B'Shmona Kalim. I'm sorry. And so with that, I'm going to add a strike. Moving on to Yitz. Suppose one washed their hands with water where there is a suffix if the water had malacha done to it, is the washing considered valid?
Yes.
Correct. As the Mishnah says that a suffix nasa behem malacha or lo nasa behem malacha, it is tahor. Moving on to Gabriel. How many faucets were there on the kior before Ben Katin added more?
2.
2, very good. 2. Okay. Next I think we're up to David. David, why would the Kohen Gadol not say a long tefillah when he was in the base hachitzon?
I knew you know. Everybody knew the answer.
I know.
You knew the
Because-
answer. You're just.
Excuse me?
I knew.
Right.
I know you. I know the answer. You're just nervous.
because-
Say it again.
Hold on. Wait, this is for David. David.
Yeah,
maybe you hear the next thing.
because
Yeah, okay, David, I'm ready.
because you hear me?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
He would say a short tefillah, so the people outside won't get scared.
Correct.
And I think he got hurt.
Correct. Not scared. Misal tefillah kitzar beis hachitzon, v'lo haya marach b'tefillah, so shelo lahavit es Yisrael. To not scare them that something happened in that. Okay. And now with Yosef, a person who is washing his hands before eating bread must use how much water?
1.5 lug. Oh, 1/4. Sorry.
Okay, very good. You caught yourself. A quarter of a lug, a revius. Very good. A revius knows something a giant. Very, very good. You caught yourself quick enough. Okay, we have finished one cycle. We're going to go now for a second one. Back up to Gabriel. Why did Ben Katin need to make a mechanical contraption for the kior?
Because there was not enough sinks for all the Kohanim to wash quickly enough.
Just so you, I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. We're going to move the question now on to Aaron. Aaron Eisenberg, why did Ben Katin need to make a mechanical contraption for the kior?
So the water didn't become puzzle belina overnight.
Very good, very good. So the water doesn't become invalid overnight, belina. Very, very good. Moving on to Eliyahu. How many booths were there between Yerushalayim and the cliff? Or as the Mishnah would refer to it as the soup.
3.
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. We'll be moving on to the next participant. The next participant is Eliyahu, I believe. Eliyahu,
There were 5.
I'm sorry, that also is not the correct answer. And I think Mendel's next.
10.
Very good. There were 10. Esther Sukkos Mushalayim Viad Suk.
Wait, excuse me.
Did I give a, yeah, well?
Arn Iceberg got the correct answer before. Eliyahu was the first one to get the answer wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get you on the wrong counting?
Yeah, Arn Iceberg. He got the first answer right.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'm sorry then. Which question was that, Aaron? Which question did you get right? Aaron? Aaron Eisenberg.
Yeah.
You got a question right. Okay, fine. I'm sorry that
Yeah.
I gave you. I'm sorry I removed it.
It's fine.
Okay. Okay. Moving on with Issachar. Name one way that a woman can be kona es atzma.
Bivia.
Say again? I didn't hear that.
Star.
Just to be clarified, she's being kona herself.
Oh, um, I don't know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Moving on. The next person who should be answering, yes. Same question. Name one way that a woman can be kona es atzma.
If her husband dies.
Correct. One way would be if she were to receive a get, she would no longer be married to her husband, or the misa sabal, the death of the husband, she would also not be married to her husband. Okay. Moving on, Gabriel. What can a king or a kala do on Yom Kippur, which generally cannot be done?
They could put on ointments or wear leather shoes.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one to you in regards to the. Actually, no. No, I'm sorry. That is not correct. That is not correct. Who I'm gonna move the question on to David. David, what can a king or a kala do on Yom Kippur, which generally cannot be done?
They could I forgot this one.
Okay. That is okay. Next person in line.
They could wash their faces.
Very good, very good. A king and a kala, I'll bring a kala, yirksu es paneim. We are now, okay, we don't have enough to loop around. We'll be moving on to the next round. The questions now are a bit tougher. Since this was the first round and people might not have been ready for this type of style, I'll be awarding everyone an extra strike, an extra chance. So I'm going to be going down the list. Okay. Back up to Gabriel. In which profession are the majority of the people in it considered Hasidim?
I do not know.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yes, up to Aaron Eisenberg.
Sailors.
Very good. Sailors. And that was mostly because since they were always dealing with turbulent waters and they're always diving out, praying to Hashem, they had a sense of Hasidus to them. They always were on the trying to be righteous. Okay, Eliyahu, what does everyone say after they hear the Kohen Gadol finish his vidui?
Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Very good. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. That's what they would say after each vidui. Very good. Okay, up to with Mendel. How many Yochasins, or pronounced Yuchasins, came up from Bavel?
10.
Very good. 10. Okay. Issachar. A man was Mekadesh a woman with no Tanai. And he then found out that she has mumin. What does the Mishnah say happens now?
They get divorced.
Very good. Very good. That is enough. You can divorce her now, and he doesn't need to give her her ksuba. Very good. That is enough because is that he would not want a woman that has movement. Okay, yes. In the case of most animal sacrifices, which are zachin, that were sacrificed for the sake of a different offering, is the offering still valid?
No.
I'm sorry, the answer is yes. However, they do not count as the fulfillment of the offering for their owner, but they are still valid offerings. I'm sorry. Okay. Next we have Gabriel. How is one kone a behema gasa?
He brings it into his yard.
What would you call the act? What would just
Pulling it or like
pulling it? Very, very good. Then with masira, behema gasa niknas the masira. Okay, very good. Now with David, you pronounce your name David, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Shmuel, that was a name, all right? Name change to hide the innocent. Shmuel says to a woman, "Hiskachili bedinar shel zahav." He said, "Marry me with this dinar of gold." But then it was found out that it was not really gold, but it was silver. Is she mikudeshes?
No.
Very good. No. The reason is because the Tanai was that it was made of gold, and even according to the opinion of Rabbi Shimon, who says that in Hit'al l'shevach she's mekudeshes, but in this case it was not l'shevach because it went from gold down to the value of silver. Very good. Okay, I believe we're up to Yosef. A section of Nach that is written in Ivrit, but was written in Aramaic, meaning this is a sefer of Nach that's usually written in Hebrew, but it was translated into Targum, Aramaic. Will it be
It was written in Hebrew?
It was not written in Hebrew. It is usually in Hebrew. Let's say it's a sefer Megillas Esther, or
It's not Tame. It doesn't make it Tame.
it does not make your hands tummy. Correct. Targum Shiva Ezra Shiva Daniel, those are originally in Aramaic. Those are Matami Yadayim. But Targum Shikasu Ivris, the Ivris Shikasu Targum, Aina Matami Yadayim. Well done. Okay, we're back up to Gabriel. How did the Perushim, that's just the English translation, the Perushim, explain why a person is responsible for damage caused by their animal, but not by their slave?
Because they own the animal.
What do you mean? Yeah, please clarify.
The animal is their the animal, like they bought like they have the animal, they own it.
But they also own their slave.
But the animal is animals, slaves can like walk wherever they want. Animals can't do that. They actually have they can tell them what to do. If a slave can't do it, he can't do it. An animal has to do it.
I'm sorry, that's not the answer given in the Mishnah. Moving on to Aaron Eisenberg. How did the Perushim?
Wait, is it possible that that's what it said on the quiz?
Could be.
That an animal is owned by their owners, but a slave owns himself. That's what it.
Let me check. Let me check. Actually, I have the Mishnah in front of me. I have a reference. I don't believe so.
Wait, so then it's that a slave has das, but an animal does not.
Correct. The slave has das and the animal does not. So the slave can make the slaves can make their own decisions. So so if they do damage on themselves, that is their responsibility. But an animal, we don't expect an animal to be able to make their own decisions. So if they do damage, the owner would be responsible.
I have 4.
Okay. Next question, Eliyahu. How many Kohanim are required to bring a par as a carbon seaboard?
8.
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. Moving on to Mendel. Same question.
24.
Correct. Par Karev Esrim Arba'a, and then the Mishnah lists all 24 Kohanim, and this is by a carbon seaboard. Very good, very good. Very well done, Mendel. Yisachar. A man is Mekayim on the condition that his father would agree to this, but then sadly the father dies. Is she Mikudeshes?
Yes, but she doesn't have to if she doesn't want to.
What do you mean by the last part?
Like, if she is over bat mitzvah, then she's allowed to not. But otherwise she has to.
I'm sorry. It could be. You are correct. You're correct. She is Mikudeshes. I don't understand. I'm not following the part where she's over bas mitzvah. But the condition was based off the father agreeing to it, and so guys, she is Mikudeshes. You were correct on that part. Okay. Yes. Was the par v'sa'ir hanisrafim before, after, or at the same time as when the Kohen Gadol reads the Torah on Yom Kippur?
At the same time.
Very good. It was done at the same time. And the Mishnah says that if you were at one place, you wouldn't be able to witness the other place. Okay. Moving on to Gabriel. If I by accident skip somebody, please notify me. 7 days before Yom Kippur, the Kohen Gadol is taken to where?
Esav Tinas.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. Who's next? Gabriel. Gabriel's next, correct?
Nope, that was Gabriel. Now it's David.
Oh, sorry, David. I bad. David. 7 days before Yom Kippur, the Kohen Gadol is taken to where?
To the Mishkalat Palhadrim.
Very good. Mishnah says, Shivas Yomim Kodem Yom HaKippurim, Mafrishin Kohen Gadol Mibeso, Lelishkas Palhedrin. Very good. Okay. I got the right person. Now, Yosef. Is it a good metila if a katan pours water over a person's hands?
No.
Let us check the answer. The answer is yes. I by accident did not include the Mishnah. So let me just pull it up here. Just to make sure it's correct. Okay. Yes. I don't know what that was. Okay. The Mishnah says, Hamayim shehan, okay, fine. Hakol ksher mitain layadayim afilu cheresh shota v'katan. Okay. That was Yosef. Okay, moving now back up to Gabriel. How high up from the ground was the Evan Shasia?
10 tefachim.
I am sorry, that is not correct. Gabriel, please stay on the Zoom call. To get to this point, what was a lot of hard work. You did amazing. You answered very tough and difficult questions. I will be sending to your house, not showing up, but a full set of Shas Mishnayos to help you continue in your journey. And I want 1 year from now to see you in next year's national round. Okay? Okay.
Is it my turn?
And just a reminder, if it's not your turn, please mute the microphone. Just
Wait, is it
background noise.
now?
Yes, Aaron Eisenberg, it is your turn.
Yeah, Spaos.
How many?
3 at Spaos.
Correct. Mishnah says, Evan Haisa Sham Mimos Navim Rishonim Ushasi Haisa Mikres Yovo Min Art Shalosh at Spaos. 3 finger widths. Very well done. Moving on to Eliyahu. According to Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, if a person washed his hands, I'm sorry, there's some background noise, it's hard to hear. According to Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, if a person washed his hands and then found a water creature on his hands, what should he do?
He should do it till the dime again.
He should, can you say that again?
He should do it until the dime again.
That is incorrect. He does not need to wash his hands again because according to Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, he says, Kol shehu brias hamayim tahor. Okay, that was Eliyahu. Moving on to Mendel. A man says to a woman, you are mikudeshes to me after 30 days. But then someone else during those 30 days is mikadesh her. Who is she mikudeshes to?
The person that was Makadesh within the 30 days.
The first person or the second person, just to make sure we're on the same page.
Second person, the person that didn't say that you are Makadesh to me after 30 days.
Correct. She is mikudeshes to the second person. Well done. Yisachar, which yichus is described as kol shene'esaf min hashuk ve'eno makir lo avi velo imo.
What?
In the last round, we mentioned that there were 10 yichusim that came up from Babel. Which yichus is described by the Mishnah as kol shene'esaf min hashuk ve'eno makir lo avi velo imo?
No idea.
Okay, let's move this question on to the next person. Yips, same question.
Can I say like the Art Scroll translation?
Yes, you can.
Foundling.
That is correct. That is correct. And Asufi, a foundling. That is the correct translation. That he was taken in from the shuk, and he doesn't know who his father or mother is. Okay, Asufi. Okay, Koshinesa. Okay, yeah. Okay, next, Gabriel. According to everyone, on which side of the ramp does the Kohen Gadol go up and down on Yom Kippur?
The western side.
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. The next the person to take that question will be, that was just Gabriel. So David. According to everyone, on which side of the ramp does the Kohen Gadol go up and down on Yom Kippur?
According to everyone, in the middle.
Correct. Correct, David. He goes up in the center and he comes back down in the center according to all opinions. Okay. And the last question of this round, Yosef, what is the measurement of food that one would be chayiv if eaten on Yom Kippur?
A date.
Very good. Some would translate as a large date, but kakoseves hagasa. Very good. Well done. Okay. We have finished this round. We will be moving on to the third round. This round has 9 questions. Most probably will be 1 question. Each person will get 1 question. These questions are specific to the new Masechta that you all had to learn before this national round, Masechta Bikurim, starting with Aaron Eisenberg. What is the earliest time of year that a person can bring Bikurim?
Pesach.
I am sorry, that is not correct. Moving the question on to Eliyahu.
Wait,
I'm
can
sorry, I'm sorry, Aaron. Once you give an answer, I won't be able to accept another one.
The earliest time is Shavuot.
Very good. Shavuos. Ein Mavim Bikurim Kodim Latzeres. And we just came off the holiday of Shavuos, so this is a very timely question. Moving on to Mendel. What's the name of the creature which is similar to a chaya and a behema?
A koi, buffalo.
Very good, very good. There's many translations to many opinions of what it is. So I appreciate you saying it's a koi, just full marks. Koi, yesh bo drachim shavel chaya, v'yesh bo drachim shavel behema. Very good, well done. Okay, we are now Yisachar. According to Rabbi Yossi Hagwili, a person does not recite Armi Ovid Avi if he brings Bikurim from the other side of the Jordan River, the Aver Hayarden. Why is that?
Because he's not really he's not counted as part of Eretz Yisrael.
Correct. Correct, because not part of Eretz Yisrael. Word for word. Okay, fine. Well, amazing. Well done. Yes. Question 4. Why was it established that the Kohanim would read Armi Ovid Avi with everyone who brought Bikurim and not let them read it on their own?
Because some of them might not know how to read.
Correct. Correct. Because people had stopped bringing Bikurim because they couldn't read the Hebrew text, and they required the Kohen to read it for them. But then it became embarrassing because if you didn't know how to read Hebrew, people would know that because they saw Kohanim reading it for them. So the Kohanim made a low plug. They made a rule across the board that will read the Bikurim for everyone, so no one will be embarrassed. Well done. Okay. Gabriel, if a person grew apples in his field, why wouldn't he bring them as Bikurim?
They're not one of the 7 special fruits of the Eretz Yisrael.
Correct. They aren't included in the Shiva Saminim, the 7 special foods, or I should say fruits of Eretz Yisrael. Correct. Okay. David, what instrument was played in front of the people who brought Bikurim?
Flute. The flute.
Correct. Correct. Of the flute. As the Mishnah says, Hachalil Makeh Lefneim Ad Shemagim Karov Yerushalayim. Okay, and this will be our last question for this round. Yosef, Shmuel, by accident had his Bikurim mixed with regular non-Bikurim fruit. How much regular fruit must be in the mixture for the person not to have to replace the lost Bikurim with new Bikurim? I'm looking for a number. How much regular fruit must be in that mixture?
One 60th.
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. Moving the question to Aaron Eisenberg.
There has to be less than 100 times the amount of Bikurim.
That's the question. How much regular fruit must be in the mixture for the person not to have to replace the lost Bikurim? And so your answer is what? Less than 100?
Here, one sec.
The question is a bit tricky. Just read the question.
Wait, here's more than the Bikurim mixed with regular non-Bikurim. How much regular fruit must be in the mixture for the Bikurim not to have to replace, to not have? 100?
Correct. Correct. It has to be 100. Once it's 100, then it will be batal in the 100 fruits.
And it's chulin.
Correct. Okay, that is the end of the Bikurim questions. We'll be now moving on to the Al Masechta questions. I'm gonna, okay, start with them. Since we finished with Aaron Eisberg answered the last question, we'll start with this round with Eliyahu. Eliyahu, question 1. Out of Truma, Meiser, and Bikurim, which one of them does not have a set amount that must be given? It doesn't have a shear.
Bikurim.
Correct, Bikurim. Bikurim is the only one that doesn't have a shear. Okay. Mendel, why do we not let the Kohen Gadol eat a lot on Erev Yom Kippur at night?
Because eating makes someone sleepy.
Good. Because eating food can induce sleep, and we don't want him to fall asleep that night. Very good. Yisachar, a man was Mekadesh his daughter, but doesn't remember to whom. Then 2 men claimed that they were Mekadesh the man's daughter. What are the 2 opinions in the Mishnah that can happen now? They're not opinions, but 2 options. There are 2 things that can happen when 2 men claim that we were Mekadesh that man's daughter.
The girl could choose which one.
I am sorry, that is not the correct answer. We moved the question to Yitz, but Yisachar, same as I said before, you did amazingly well, lasted this far. You'll be getting a full set of Shas Mishnayos to continue life. And I want next year you to join the program and continue and be masliach in your learning, okay? You can stay on the Zoom call if you would like. Moving the question to Yitz. A man was Mekadesh, same question. There's Mekadesh his daughter, but doesn't remember who. And then 2 men claimed that they were Mekadesh her. What are the 2 options that can happen now?
Either both men give her a get and she's she can do whatever she wants, or one man can give her a get and she stays married to the second person.
Very good, well done. So either both men have to give her a get, both men give her a get, or one man can give her a get and the other one can stay married to her. Correct. Gabriel, Shmuel sets aside Bikurim from a field, but he then sells the field before he brings the Bikurim. What difference is there in the Bikurim ceremony?
Don't know.
Okay. Let's move the question to the next person who is after Gabriel. It is David. David, same question. He sets aside Bikurim from his field and then he sells the field before he brings the Bikurim. So what difference is there in the Bikurim ceremony?
He does not recite the passage, like the prayer they say.
Correct. He brings the Bikurim, but he doesn't say Armi Obed Avi, because it's not, he can't see, because part of it is not from his land. Correct. Okay, fine. I did not give a, okay, fine.
Is it possible?
I got the question right.
My bad. Sorry. Yes. Okay, moving on to the next question, Yosef. Question 5. Shmuel asks his shliach to be Mekadesh Rachel. Both names are changed. And he asked him a shliach to be Mekadesh Rachel for him, and she is in Yerushalayim. But the shliach was Mekadesh her in Hebron. Is she Mekudeshes?
Yes.
Correct. And Mazel Tov. This is different than the case where he says, and be Mekadesh her in Yerushalayim. Here he just said to be Mekadesh her, and she is in Yerushalayim. He did not say Mekadesh her in Yerushalayim. Well done. Okay. Who's next?
I am.
All right, very good. What difference is there between an Eved Ivri and Evet Kanani in regards to being Kona them.
And Evet Ivri can only be Kona in 2 ways.
And what about
What?
the other one?
And Evet Kanani can be Kona in, oh, wait. There's 2 differences or?
No, there's one difference. And you got it correct. I just wanted to know if you knew the exact difference, but correct. The Evet Kanani can also be acquired by a chazaka because an Evet Ivri can only be Kona in 2 ways. Correct. That is enough to answer the question. Okay. Eliyahu. Rabbi Akiva referred to which sefer in Tanakh as Kodesh Kadashim?
Which sefer? Megillah Kohelet?
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. You did amazingly well. This was a hard competition. It was a hard question. Many hard questions. I wish you much hatzlacha and want to see you again next year, maybe to the national round. Please stay on so you can continue watching the national round. Okay?
Sure.
Okay.
The answer is it's Shir Shirim.
Correct. Shira Shirim. Rabbi Akiva says, Chas Tashol lo nefach adam Yisrael on Shir Shirim is not metamis yadayim, because all the psulim are Kodesh, but Shir Shirim is Kodesh Kadashim. Well done, Mendel. Okay, we're moving on to Yitz. Sorry, please, everyone mute your microphones unless you're Yitz. Yitz. Please fill in the blank. In a marriage where there is Kiddushin and there is an Aveira, the child-born status goes after the blank.
Are you able to clarify what the Avera is?
The Aveira, meaning they cannot be married to each other. Kiddushin is Chal. There is a Kiddushin in the marriage, meaning they will be considered married, but it is an Aveira for them to be married.
So the mother?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that is not correct. Gabriel, the question now is up to you. In a marriage where there is Kiddushin and there is an Aveira, the child-born status goes after the blank.
The Avera?
Let me think. I'm not 100% sure. Let me check. Would you be able to clarify your answer? What do you mean by Avera? There is an Avera in the by that the parents getting married.
So, she's a mamzer?
I'm sorry, Gabriel, that is not correct. David,
Yes.
your turn. In a marriage where there's and there's an Avera, the child-born status goes after the blank.
What do you mean by Avera? Like if there's Kedushin and then what's the Avera?
The Avera is that these two people cannot be married to each other.
Okay.
The Mishnah lists certain people that cannot marry each other.
Okay.
But
So
even though the Kiddushin, they cannot be married to each other. So the child-born status goes after who?
goes after the Avera, right? So then it's the Avera, right? So the child-born status goes after the Avera.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now that a certain amount of people have gotten the question wrong, I think this might have been a very difficult question and the wording might have not been correct. The answer was the pogrom. The child-born status is after the pogrom. The Mishnah says, it could be that's what you two were saying by Avera. I'm going to remove the question, and I'm going to give everyone back their hearts just because the question is being removed. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
No problem. So now moving on to, let's go back up to Yitzhak. Yes. How many articles of clothing does a Kohen Hedyot wear?
4.
Correct. Kohen Hedyot wears 4 articles of clothing. Gabriel, when the cities of the Maimed joined together in the Maimed, the capital city, to bring their Bikurim to Yerushalayim, where did they sleep?
No idea.
Okay. I'm sorry. David, your turn.
They slept in the streets and they couldn't go into any house.
Very good. Well done. You know why they couldn't go into any house? I'm just curious.
Yeah, because the Bikurim might become Tameh.
Well done. Well done. Yes. The Bartanura mentioned that the reason why they had to sleep in the streets is because we didn't want them going into the houses because we were afraid that they would become tummy. Very good. It's not that we just wanted them to sleep in the street. Very good. Well done. Moving up to Aaron. Okay, okay. In the situation where a Yisrael married a Gioris, is the daughter of this marriage, the Yisrael who married a Gioris, allowed to marry a Kohen?
Wasn't David the last one to go?
Is that true? Oh, so my bad. Yosef.
Nothing.
Thanks for the
Yours is it's a divorcee.
A Gioris is a female ger, a woman who converted to Judaism.
Yeah.
Correct. According to all opinions in the Mishnah, a Yisrael that marries a Gioris, the daughter is kshir with the Huna. Okay. Now back to Aaron. Shmuel and his 4 friends want to wash their hands simultaneously from the same pouring, putting their hands one on top of the other. What is the provision stated in the Mishnah for their netila to be kosher?
If their fingers are open loosely.
Very good. They have to make sure that their hands are held loosely so that the water flows in between them. Correct. Moving on to Mendel. What kinds of dates are not brought as bikurim?
The dates of the mountains.
The dates in the
mountains. Valleys.
What is your final answer? Just to make sure, because you corrected yourself very quickly.
Valleys.
The dates in the valleys are not allowed to be as far as bikurim, correct? Is that what you said?
Yes. Actually, yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's ein levim bikurim put mishus aminim and lo mitzvah shebaharim. It was your initial answer that it was not, you cannot bring the dates that were grown in the hills. I'm sorry, Mendel. You're doing so very well. Moving on to Yitz. How is the blood of a 2-legged animal, meaning a person, similar to the blood of a sheretz?
That it can make things tummy.
Check. I'm sorry, that is not correct. Gabriel, same question. How is the blood of a 2-legged person, 2-legged animal, being a person, similar to the blood of a sheretz? Gabriel?
No.
Don't know. Okay. Same question for David.
How
Wait,
is
hold
a
on, wait,
bone
hold on, wait, before we, yes, what was the answer you gave?
I said that it could cause things to become tummy.
Okay, I'm sorry, that was my bad, that is correct. That is correct, okay, Gabriel, you're still in. Right, Gabriel, you were still in before, right?
I think so.
Yeah, okay, well, you're still in, don't worry. Correct, you are not chayav for eating it, but also lahachshir es hazroim, I forgot that answer. It can cause things to become tummy. Well done, very good. That was my bad. You got me. Okay, you got that right. Gabriel, this question now will be for you. Shmuel had to replace his bikurim after they were stolen. Can you name one difference between Shmuel's original bikurim and the replacement?
He didn't grow the one that he bought. He didn't grow.
Let's say it again. It's hard to hear.
The ones that he bought, he didn't grow.
No, he did. He grew bikurim. He was gonna bring them to the base of Mikdash, but they were stolen. So he has to bring replacements. So what is it? Name one difference between the halachos by the original bikurim that he would have brought to the bikurim now that are considered the replacements.
Don't know.
Okay. Hey, who's next? David?
I am.
But hold on, David. Gabriel. I'm sorry that actually let's see. David, do you know the answer?
Yes. He does not recite the passage. In the passage, it says your fruits that you designated, and he did not designate those fruits.
So you're saying he would not say the thing?
He would not say the passage, because in the passage it says fruits that you designated
Correct.
for Hashem.
Correct. One of them is that he would not say Armi of it Avi. The other one is that
Yeah.
eats the replacement, he does not have to pay a chomesh. Okay. Amazing. Okay, and Gabriel, I'm sorry. You have made it really, really far. You did really outstanding. Please stay on for the end of the Zoom, and I wish you much success in all your learning. And you get a free a gift set of shots that will ultimately help you and aid you as you continue to learn Mishnayos. Mazel tov. Okay, moving on to Yosef, question 16. The Sadugim have a good claim, and how can it be that the bones of donkeys are tahor, but the bones of Yochanan Kohen Gadol are tamei? So how do the Prushim refute this claim?
Because by Yochanan Kohen Gadol, he's a holy person, and by this it's just a regular thing.
So okay, clarify. What does it mean? What do you mean by Yochanan Kohen Gadol is a holy person, but why do you have the difference between that his bones are tamei?
What?
Why is it that his bones are tamei just because he's a Torah person? How do the Prushim refute this claim? Can you clarify your answer?
It's from Tumas Mace.
Okay,
He's coming from Tumas Mace.
Okay, I'm sorry. That is not what how the Prushim refute the claim. Moving on to the next person, Haro. I'll read the question again. The Sadugim have a good claim on how can it be that the bones of donkeys are tahor, right? But the bones of the Yochanan Kohen Gadol, such a holy person, they're tamei. So how do the Prushim refute this claim on explaining why it's not a good kasha, a good question on the flip?
Because the bones of an animal aren't tamei tumas mace.
I'm sorry, that is also not the refute that the Prussian give. Moving on to Mendel.
Because if Yochanan Kohen Gadol was a very big loss to the world, so that's why his bones became tamei. But with the donkeys, it wasn't such a big loss to the world. So
Okay. 3 people have, I'm sorry, that's also not correct. I'm going to be giving back both of you your hearts. The answer is because to the level of affection, we were afraid that people, if the bones of a person were tahor, people would chas shalom take the bones of their fathers and mothers and turn them into spoons and make spoons out of bones. So we make the level, so we make it that those, so we establish that those are tamei, but we're not worried about the bones of a donkey. Okay. The question is disqualified. We're moved back to Yosef, since that question was disqualified. Moving back. At what time can the Kohen Gadol do torment es hamizbeach on Yom Kippur?
After
The earliest
midnight,
time,
around that time.
Around what time?
Midnight.
Midnight, correct. Correct, midnight and onward. The whole Yom torment es hamizbeach to create a gever, but the Yom Kippurim mechatzos. Well done. Okay, Aaron Eisenberg. What is the case in the Mishnah in which water used in a bakery is kosher for washing hands?
If the water didn't get mixed with bread.
Can you clarify your answer just to make sure?
If
you're almost there. You're almost there. I just want you to clarify your answer.
If the water wasn't used for like bread, no bread fell into it.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Wait. Can you clarify the question?
The Mishnah.
What do you mean by used in a bakery? Do you mean like it was used?
There's a Mishnah which talks about the water in a bakery with a baker, and the Mishnah cites 2 cases. It mentions 2 cases. One case, the water is kosher, that the baker or whatever does something and the water is kosher, and in one case the water is tamei. Which case is the water tahor and it's good for washing hands still?
And what do you mean that I was close? What do you here? If the water, if the bread that it was used with was not tamei.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Aaron, I'm going to have to move on. Mendel, are you able to answer the question?
yes, if he took the water and if he didn't dip the bread in the water, he just took some water and smeared it on the bread.
Correct. Yeah.
But that's.
Sorry, that was the wrong one. Sorry, my bad. That's where it is kosher. Sorry, I jumped the gun a bit.
Huh?
The question was asking, what is the case in Mishnah in which water is used in the bakery is kosher for washing hands?
When
the answer is where the baker just dips his hands in the water.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said it was when he puts the water on the bread.
I said if he takes the water with his hands and smears it on the bread, not he takes the bread and
Very good, very good. Okay, fine.
Isn't that basically what I said the first time though?
The way you said that it was that the bread was put in the water.
No, I said that it wasn't. I originally said that it wasn't used for bread. That's
Okay, fine. So I'm going to give you that one. So you were correct. I'm going to move on. Let's go to, since Mendel, you also answered the question, let's move on to Yitz. What can be done to the cold water in the mikvah if the Kohen Gadol is old or an istinus?
Can be heated up.
Correct. Correct. They can heat up the water from before Yom Kippur to cool it, to warm it up a bit. Okay, moving on. David, what event caused there to be a need to institute the daily lotteries in the Beis Hamikdash?
Because one time they were running up the ramp, and one guy pushed a guy, and he fell off the ramp, and he like broke his leg.
Very good, very good. One time, two men were running up the ramp, and one of them pushed the other, and he broke his leg. Good. Yosef, Abba Shaul referred to which yichus as beduki?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm sorry, time has the lot of time is up. I'm sorry, David. The question moves on to Yosef. Abba Shaul
No,
referred.
it was just Yosef's turn.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yosef, did you answer that? You didn't answer, right?
I answered
David got
my
the
question.
one before, right?
No, David, you answered the question. It was Yosef's turn for the yichus question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the yichus question is for Yosef.
Yosef, you didn't answer the question in a lot of time, correct?
I answered the question before.
Correct, Yosef.
Correct.
Yosef, I did not hear you give an answer.
1 minute. I had some problems with my headphones. I couldn't hear anything.
Okay, fine.
Wait, what's the question?
Abba Shaul referred to which yichus as beduki?
Can I get
the Duque, and someone who only knows of his mother, not his father.
Let's see, that is correct.
Excuse me, you didn't put back my heart
For what?
for the question.
You got the question right, but I think did you already have two hearts?
no.
Oh, he had three.
Oh, you had three? Okay,
I had
fine.
3.
My bad then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, fine. The answer is, and you said a person who didn't know his father. Is that correct?
Yeah, I said that.
Correct. Abba Shaul would refer to Shasuki as a Beduki, and a Shasuki is someone who did not know his father. Correct. And last question, back to Aaron Eisenberg. The Mishnah says that if someone has a sickness called bulmus, you can even give him what?
Medicine.
What do you mean by medicine? The Mishnah says a specific thing that we can even give him this when he has the sickness of bulmus.
Well, a medicine that you would be chayav on Yom Kippur for giving it to him.
I'm sorry, that wouldn't answer the question.
Hmm?
I'm moving on to Mendel. Mendel, the Mishnah says that if someone has a sickness called bulmus, you can even give him what?
the medication for it. They're not let it give it to him until he says enough.
Okay, same. The Mishnah has a specific lashon of something that we shouldn't give him, but we can even give him this. We can even give him what?
Oh, it's my turn?
It's your turn, Mendel, but I don't think you answered the question. Unless you want to clarify your answer. If not so, we're gonna have to move on to Yitz. Yitz, do you know the answer?
Is it the liver of a dog?
No.
No.
Also not correct. Giving back the hearts, the answer is even non-kosher food. Mishnah says, Misha also bonus machilan osa afilu dvarim tameim. The answer medicine is not enough because.
I think that was the one with the dog liver.
Yes.
Yeah, and I said dog liver though.
No, but that's not dog, no, the dog liver is a different case in the Mishnah.
Oh, fine.
Okay, we're now up to the Psukim questions, round 5, where the next round is supposed to be starting now, but I already messaged them that will be delayed a little bit. We'll be finishing up hopefully soon. These questions will be testing you on we'll be testing you on Psukim that came up in the Masechtas. Who was the last one? It was Yitz?
Well, I think it's up to me.
Yeah, that's what I thought because I gave you back your hearts.
Yeah, but
Heisenberg. What would happen in the Beis Hamikdash, and it's hinted to in the pasuk of Inu Chateichem Kishanim Kashelig Yalvinu.
wait. I thought these were supposed to be that you would like prompt with a pasuk, and then you would have to say what it teaches the Mishnah.
Correct. And the Mishnah in this case brings this pasuk to tell us what. It would teach us what would happen in the Beis Hamikdash, and it was hinted to by this pasuk.
That if you have karbanim that oh wait, no, that Yom Kippur is mechaper on your sins.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. We're moving on to Mendel.
That the cloth hanging from the Beis Hamikdash would change color from red to white, if you're forgiven.
The cloth, very good. Very good. They had a red cloth which was symbolized that once this air reached the midbar and they were forgiven, it would turn white. Like their sins would turn to kashel yalbinu, like white as snow. Okay. Yes. What was the Mishnah's context that this pasuk was brought? By Yomer Moshe Aleihem im Yavru b'nei Gad b'nei Ruvain v'chsiv im lo Yavru chalutzin.
That anytime you like make a promise on and make like Ty need to do it like the Gad and Reuven did it.
Correct. That every t'nai needs to be like the t'nai of Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven. Up to David. Why was this pasuk brought in the Mishnah? By Yomer Paro mi Hashem asher eshma b'kolo l'shalach es Yisrael.
Which Mishnah was this brought in?
I can't answer which Masechta it is brought.
Yeah, which Masechta is this brought in?
I cannot answer which Masechta it is brought in.
Okay.
One Masechta.
Me. That Paro said, "Who is with them, and why should I listen to him, and why should I let Sarah go?"
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer. Up next is Yosef. Why was this pasuk brought in the Mishnah?
Because when I think it's hinting to something with Bikurim that I don't know it.
Okay. Moving on to Aaron.
In Maseches, I think it's in Yedayim, that Hashem, that Paro's name was mentioned before Hashem's name in the Torah, and we're not like we don't, that doesn't matter.
Correct. You got the context correct. The Prushim are proving that there is no issue with the writing of a non-Jewish ruler's name alongside Moshe Rabbeinu, since in the same pasuk we have Hashem's name alongside Paro's, and even more so, Hashem's name, Paro's name comes before Hashem's name. Correct. Okay, Mendel. When was Aromimcha Hashem Kidilisani Velo Simachta Oivayli sang?
When the Bikurim was brought.
Just double checking. Correct. The Levim would sing it when the Jews were getting close to Ezra and the Beis Mikdash with their Bikurim. Correct. We're up to Yitz. The Mishnah brings these two psukim together to discuss what? The Mishnah was discussing something, and it brings these two separate psukim in what context? The psukim were V'kovei Hashem Yachalifu Choach, and also O Yenubim B'Seva.
Are you able to translate the psukim or no?
I will not be on the exact translation. Hold on. Do you have a translation here? Oh. But they wait for the Lord, for Hashem shall renew their strength. And then the second pasuk is with regard to his old age. What does it say? That okay, they shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
Is it talking about like the Kohen Gadol staying up?
No, I'm sorry. And who's next? David?
The Mishnah brings Koach. I think it's referring to Ayabam.
I'm sorry. That is correct. That is incorrect. David? Okay. Yosef?
You should bring Bikurim even when it's hard for you.
I'm sorry, that is also not correct. I'm moving back up to Aaron.
I thought because 3 people got it wrong, they get. I mean, we've been doing so far that if 3 people get it wrong, we give.
Okay. True. I thought there was not that many people, so I was just.
Yeah.
You know the answer, right?
What?
You know the answer?
Is it? Wait. Is it in regard to Wait. One sec. Wait. Can you translate the second again? Sorry.
With regard, but they shall wait for Hashem shall renew their strength, and they shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
So is it?
Okay, I'm sorry, time is up. I will give everyone back their hearts, but Mendel, do you have the answer?
Yes. Basically, they should take the business of Torah instead of all the other businesses, because you're still gonna have energy in your old age, and you're still gonna have children in your old age. When you're younger, you're gonna be able to, you'll have strength and.
Correct. So learning Torah is unlike any profession that there is for you, even when you get old. The reason why I went through is because we're running out of time. I'm now going to skip to the Masechta questions.
Wait, don't we get our lives back if 3 people get the answer wrong?
I changed that in this situation because we're running out of time. So there's only 5 people. So when there was more people, it was easier to do only 3 people. But once, so I did in that case. Yosef, you just got out, right? You did amazing well. Please stay on till the end. We're now up to the Masechta questions.
Are these the questions for everyone?
These questions are for everyone, correct? Everyone, I'm opening up my chat.
I don't know how to type so fast.
Okay, don't worry, you'll have enough time. I'm going to ask a question of where something comes up in the Masechta. You have to tell me where it comes up, and it may come up more than once. You don't have to. Don't tell me which Masechta, Parak, or Mishnah is. You have to tell me the context. You have to tell me enough that you understand where this came up. In a case, let's say, for example, I asked you where a chair came up, a kisei. If the Mishnah says ha kisei, the kisei, that still counts. But if the Mishnah was talking about someone sitting, and you can infer, oh, if he's sitting, that means he's sitting on a chair, that doesn't count. Now this, everyone will get the same question. If I were to ask, let's just start with the first one. Where does a sota come up? Now a sota comes up twice. If everyone only can find one, now everyone make sure you're texting to me, okay?
Do we answer this question?
Everyone answers this question, and you have to privately text it to me on Zoom. Don't text it to everyone. So make sure on the Zoom chat where it says to, you don't have it to everyone, you have it directly to me. And you have to write the context of the Mishnah where sota comes up. And based on how many you can give, the maximum being 2, will be how many hearts you lose. If you can only give 1 while other people gave 2, you lose 1 heart. And if you can't answer any, you lose 2 hearts. That's how we'll have it. So everyone, you have 60 seconds for this question.
Wait, what if somebody, only one person names 1,
if
and then everybody else
if only one person answers 1, then that will be the baseline. I'm starting the timer now. The timer has started.
Are we able to give more than 2? And if the if like 2 of them that we listed are right, does that count?
That I will accept that. There might be more. There might be more than 2. Okay, so far Yitz answered, Mendel answered. I'm waiting now for Aaron and David. You have 20 seconds left. If you're not answering a lot of time, I'm going to have to. Okay. A second. Okay. Okay, everyone, time's up. The answer was in Kiddushin. It listed the certain things that people can bring, and then it says that women don't have to bring them except for the mincha v'sota. The only person that got that one was Mendel. And the other,
I also got the other one.
Mendel.
Yeah, because you're nerds, smart kid.
Hold on. Oh, yes. And I'm getting to the next one. And the Mishnah Yuma lists that Hilmi Hamalka, she made a golden plaque for the sota. Mendel got, I see, yeah. Mendel got both, and that is the only person that got both. That in that regard, Mendel, everyone loses both hearts. Mendel, Mazel Tov, you won first place. Now just to figure out second and third place. Yitz, Mazel Tov, you got the next ranking hearts. You get second place, Mazel Tov. And now just to figure out between Aaron and David in regards to third place, I'm going to do a question just for them too. You ready? Besides in Kiddushin, where does Yibum come up? This is in honor of Daf Yomi. We're learning the Second Yibum.
What if neither of us get it?
And then we'll move on to the next question.
Besides in-
Can I leave?
No, just please stay on. 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Either you were able to find the answer? Okay. The answer is of when we were saying that androgynous is compared to a men and women. So we say that it's similar to Anashim, the Zokigli Yibum. Okay, now you got that. We're going to move on to the next question. Where does a Megillah come up? It might not say the exact word Megillah, but a Megillah does come up in the Masechtas. I'm turning the timer right now. Thirty seconds left. Ten seconds left. Okay, taking a look at the answers. The answer was that a Megillah in Mesech Sidan, it says that Megillah that has 85 letters, it is considered, it will be Metames Yadayim. Only David. I see that David wrote that answer. Aaron Eisenberg, you wrote an interesting answer.
That's something that I talked about when I talked about with my dad when I learned this. We mentioned that Megillah only has one Amud.
Okay. That it may be correct, but that is not the answer that was given in the Mishnah. I am sorry. Third place goes to David Sakai. Aaron Eisenberg, you did amazing. Fourth place is a very impressive. Were very, very tough questions. Mazel tov to everyone. Hatzlacha, all your learning. Mazel tov. I'll be in contact with all of you in regards to getting all these Mishnayos sent to you, to your houses. Mazel tov. I'm going to stop the live stream for everyone who's watching now. I'm going to be starting up the live stream for the next round, for the track 1 right away. Mazel tov. Thank you, everyone. You all did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov to Mendel, mazel tov to Yitz, and mazel tov to David, mazel tov to everybody, mazel tov to stopping this recording now. Have a great day, everyone.